Sierra is the brand new damage hero added to Overwatch this season, and this is what her abilities do. I was a few days late, and thank goodness I was, because these numbers in this video will account for the hotfix patch that actually just went live on Friday, April 17th, which was 3 days after her release, because honestly, she was performing so poorly at the high ranks. This breakdown should give you the explanation of all her abilities with the updated numbers, along with some tips. Sierra is a 250 HP hero, moving at a standard 5.5 meters per second move speed and a typical melee damage of 40 with her left fist. She is part of the recon sub-role, where damaging enemies below half health will reveal them for 3.5 seconds. The HELIX rifle has 80 ammo and shoots a volley of 2 shots at a time. Her shots start wide, about this wide, so about 3 degrees, and then the spread tightens at around 20 shots or around 0.75 seconds of continuous fire, rewarding you with improved accuracy as long as you continue firing without stopping. Each volley of 2 shots will deal 18 damage, so it's 9 damage per bullet. Mathematically, it has a total damage potential of 720 if you land everything. You can also crit for double the damage, so it can go up to 1440. But realistically, these projectiles on their own aren't very good. They have a slower travel speed than Lightweaver's Thorns, and everyone knows Weaver's Thorns is pretty unreliable, especially on really fast slippery targets like Tracer. So the same can be said for Sierra. If the enemies have any movement abilities like a Tracer, you'll be in for a hard time. But that leads nicely into her secondary fire, Tracking Shot. This is the bread and butter of her kit. She shoots a big marker onto a target, and for 3 seconds, her HELIX rifle shots will track to the target marked as long as they're in line of sight. The tracking shot itself does 35 damage, and although the tracking shot can actually do crit damage for 70, the following HELIX rifle shots cannot headshot, even if you lead the shots towards the head. One of the most important things to note is that landing the tracking shot, you have to land it, will give you infinite ammo for 3 seconds, and it'll automatically reload your weapon afterwards. So if you pretty much empty your clip and then land that tracking shot, you can get a lot of sustained fire for some crazy DPS. If you swing your camera away from the target, the shots should still reach as long as they're on your screen with a default FOV of 103. So here are some quick tips. The tracking shot is cleansable by Suzu, but it will not be cleansed by Zarya Bubble or Lightweaver's Grip. Tracking shot will disappear if the person has a phase ability, so Reaper Wraith, Moira Fade, Tracer Recall, etc. The tracking shot can also be removed by reactivating the ability. So for example, if you mark the tank, but then there's actually a low HP hero next to them, you do have the choice of quickly switching targets if you remove it. Her first ability is called Anchor Drone. Sierra's drone Dorothy will become literally her anchor as she launches it out at a maximum of 14 meters distance, and then reactivating it will allow Sierra to grapple directly to it. And once her anchor drone is deployed, Sierra can grapple up to 2 times, or until it disappears after 10 seconds. Destroying it early with the interact button doesn't actually put it on a cooldown penalty or anything like that when you compare it to other heroes with deployables like Illari's Pylon or Torb's Turret, which actually do have a destruction penalty. That means the interact or destroy button is literally only there to stop you from accidentally grappling to it when you don't want to, so honestly you might as well just keep it out the whole time. For the grapple itself, she can use it up to a maximum of 17 meters, but beyond that the ability will be disabled from use until you're back in range. Sierra grapples at a maximum speed of 22 meters per second, nothing more. Canceling the grapple or removing the anchor drone midway will slow her momentum down. Sierra's second ability is her Tremor Charge, a shockwave grenade that she lobs and it sends a shockwave in a cone in front of its impact. Tremor Charge damages in 2 parts, the inner shockwave, which deals 100 damage, and the outer shockwave, which only deals 60 damage. The inner shockwave being the middle point of the shockwave, where the outer part is what spreads out on the sides of it. So you can see it here where it peaks in the middle, and those are much higher, and that's where it deals more damage. The outer shock will actually push the targets back at about 3 meters per second, and the inner shockwave doubling that at 6 meters per second. The shockwave spreads forward up to 12 meters with a 60-degree outer angle and a 15-degree inner angle. It moves pretty quickly, up to 30 meters per second, and it peaks at about 1.75 meters high. This will catch most people's standard jumps, but if you have anything that makes you go even higher, you should be able to dodge all of it. For example, Emre's pistol jump, Baptiste exo boot jump, or even Sigma's levitation perk. The waves can climb up or go down up to 1.75 meters both ways. Quick tips. You generally want to throw it in front of the enemy, but at chokes you can throw it at the enemy. Against most tanks, don't toss it at their head. Remember, if you throw it above 1.75 meters, the shockwave will not deal any damage. You can also use it as an execution tool. 100 damage is quite a bit for a grenade, so using it to finish off a target is much more guaranteed. For her ultimate, Trailblazer, Sierra will deploy Dorothy out in front of her, which will send out a carpet bomb below it, dealing between 72 at the outer range to 180 explosion damage per bomb, with a total of 23 bombs detonated. Each bomb explodes at a maximum radius of 3 meters, which, depending on how high her drone is deployed, it'll either deploy a tight grid or a wide open field that has a little bit of forgiveness. After dropping the explosives, it takes 1 second for them to detonate, knocking back targets for 6 meters per second. After observing the drone's deployment, it starts dropping explosives 8 meters in front of Sierra, with the explosives dropping at a max range of 30 meters. Her first minor perk is called Full Flight, which increases the flight and grapple ranges by 25%. That means the deploy range goes from 14 meters to 17.5 meters, and the grapple range goes from 17 meters to 21.25 meters. Her second minor perk is called Tight Grip, which makes her HELIX rifle bullet spread tighten 100% faster and widen 30% slower. So it normally takes 0.75 seconds for the weapon to reach the minimum spread. That means it now only takes 0.375 seconds to tighten at the best possible accuracy. For her major perks, we have MEDI-DRONE, where the anchor drone now holds a small health pack that can heal Sierra for 100 HP. This is not the same as a regular mini health pack, as those health packs only heal 75 HP, and those will actually cleanse damage over time effects like burns. Her final perk is called Locked In, where firing the tracking shot will increase her attack speed by 20% for 2 seconds. You get this benefit whether you hit the shot or not, so it's just a raw DPS increase every time it's up. And that's Sierra's breakdown as fast as we can, under 8 minutes. Remember to leave some Mythbusters in the comments, because we're going to have a Sierra Mythbuster episode coming soon.